For years, President Trump and his Republican allies in Congress and the media have speculated wildly about deep state conspiracies against his presidency.
Okay, thank you very much. The IG report just came out, and I was just briefed on it, and it's a disgrace what's happened.
We just got a report from the Department of Justice Inspector General that puts these conspiracy theories to rest once and for all.
With respect to the things that were done to our country, it should never again happen to another president. It is incredible, far worse than I would have ever thought possible.
What about the other central finding in the report that the FBI engaged in at least 17 instances where they didn't provide complete information or they misled the court in some respects? I mean, this isn't a clean bill of health for the FBI.
No.
It's a horrible day for the country that this could happen to the President of the United States, that they could fabricate, falsify emails, lie, and omit exculpatory evidence in order to continue this witch hunt against the President of the United States.
So the Attorney General report just came out, and the Democrats thinks it vindicates the FBI, and the Republicans think this totally condemns the FBI. So what's going on here? I'm so confused. This is like the first time I walk into a Chippendales.
No, I'm just kidding. What's up, everybody? Flash here with Flashy Dark Arts. Hey, listen, we're going to break this down because this is really confusing. I was confused at first. If you don't follow the news too much, you're probably confused too. So, how are the Democrats and the Republicans getting two different viewpoints? Well, they're really not, okay? The Democrats are stating what the Inspector General, sorry, not Attorney General, the Inspector General said in his opening statement and everything on the report, okay? The Inspector General's report said the FBI was not politically motivated or biased in starting the investigation into the Trump campaign. This is accurate to a degree. This is why Barr debated, okay?
Former FBI Director James Comey said this week that your report vindicates him. Is that a fair assessment of your report?
I think the activities we found here don't vindicate anybody who touched this.
Okay.
Don't vindicate anybody who touched this.
Okay.
Don't vindicate anybody who touched this.
First off, just so everybody's on the same page, a FISA court is a secret government court used to deal with spies and international stuff and terrorists, basically. We designed this court to basically circumvent the laws. So this court, in my opinion, really shouldn't exist in the first place. I'm sure it does some good things, but I don't know if it's worth the risk because clearly rights can be violated. Okay, so what the FBI did is they took this Steele dossier, which was paid for by the Democrats and written up by Clinton's campaign, okay, by Fusion GPS, and it contained a bunch of what turned out to be false information. Okay, the FBI, in going to the FISA court, goes, here, look, we want warrants on Trump. We think he's a Russian spy, right? And the FISA court goes, okay, where'd this come from? And the FBI goes, we don't know, right? This is a problem. They failed to mention that the entire Steele dossier came from the Clinton campaign. They failed to mention this. Okay, so that's a problem. Another problem that was cited in the Inspector General report was it was the entire investigation was based off of the Steele dossier. There was very little information other than the Steele dossier. They listed two sources. One was the Steele dossier, and the second was a source inside the Steele dossier. A guy that was basically telling barroom stories. A guy who Steele said was a embellisher, and he was, gosh, what was it? He's known to embellish, and he's an egoist and a boaster. Basically, he exaggerates shit, right? Steele said that, put it in the report, and the FBI left it out when they turned it into the FISA court. That's not all they left out. They also had information that Steele was not credible. He was at times what it said was at times he did bad work, basically. And they left that out, okay? The FBI, here's the crazy part. This is the part where it's difficult to excuse the FBI and say, oh, they just made a mistake and left a bunch of stuff out. The FBI knew by the second time the FISA warrant was renewed that the Steele dossier was inaccurate and false. So they winded up interviewing that source. They realized he wasn't credible. Steele told him he really wasn't credible. And they winded up taking going back to the FISA court and saying, hey, we need to renew this warrant. Not once, not twice, but 3 times over the course of several months or a year or so. They renewed that warrant 3 times. Okay, 3 times. And they knew for each one of those that the Steele dossier, the sole information to get the warrant, to the FISA warrant to go spy on the Trump campaign, and yes, they did spy. I don't care what you say. Oh, it wasn't spying. They didn't put people in there. They just wiretapped them and dove into their stuff and stole their information. That's spying. I don't give a damn. You can twist that word 100 different ways. That's what happened. Okay? So the FBI knew by the second renewal, first, second, and third time they renewed this, okay, that the Steele dossier was inaccurate and false. Okay? Now, the Republicans, the next point the Republicans are freaking out about, and I don't know why, the Clinton campaign was treated differently from the Trump campaign. They both got defensive briefings. Trump's briefing was more of a FBI trying to see what they're doing and get information and see if they're working with the Russians. I don't know why the Republicans are upset about this. This is a good thing, okay? If the FBI goes in, they think somebody's a Russian spy, I would hope they didn't just walk in, shake hands with Trump and be like, hey, we think you're a real good guy. Here's what, we're going to treat you just like the other campaign. No, they thought he was a Russian spy, right? So they went in with a totally different game plan. The FBI's excused on that one. They didn't do anything wrong. The worst, what I would call an abuse of power, is the next part, and this is what is actually criminal. This is that altered document you heard about. So what was the altered document? Well, the FBI got a document or something from, I don't even know what the source was, but they wind up with a document, and it was basically the CIA said that Carter Page, a guy inside the Trump campaign, was a reliable source and basically an informant for them, okay? He's a reliable, good American. Yay, Carter Page. The FBI, specifically one person in the FBI, altered the document, changed it to make it sound like the CIA didn't trust Carter Page either.
The lawyer had the discussion with the agent, and the agent said, I want to see it. Do you have it in writing? The lawyer said he did, and he forwarded the liaison's email, but altered it to insert the words, and not a source, into the email.
So he doctored it.
He doctored the original email from the liaison.
It made it look like the CIA denied knowing Mr. Page.
It flatly stated that he was not a source.
So you have Carter Page, who is, yay, good American, CIA trusts him, yay, reliable source, hey, he should be talking to Russians, that's what we want him doing, yay! And the FBI went, he's kind of a bad guy, the CIA thinks so too, ha ha ha. What? Did you guys, well, one person, but literally the FBI altered a document to basically slander Carter Page to be able to spy on him. So I don't know why the Democrats, in fact, actually, I was reading a lot of articles today. They're starting to come around. They're like, okay, well, it's not a clean bill of health, but it wasn't politically motivated when it started. Yeah, when it started, it turned ugly real quick. I almost forgot. This isn't the only report, okay? Barr has 2 people doing investigations. This is the Inspector General. This is Horowitz's report. It's just within the FBI. There is still, and everybody's failing to mention this, there is still another report coming out about the entire investigation, okay? And Durham is doing that one. So Durham, it's going to be interesting when that one comes out, though, because regardless of what facts come out, okay, because clearly this wasn't a clean bill of health, this looked terrible, okay, they're going to spin it as Durham is working for Barr and he's Barr's bitch. And that's just how it is. Okay, so I'm excited for that one, but there's going to be a lot of controversy when that one comes out. But that is going to have more information because it's not just within the FBI. His investigation is going to the Ukraine, the UK, all the people that worked with the FBI to gather the information. So between the FBI knowing that the FISA court, that the Steele dossier was paid for by the Clintons and didn't tell the FISA court, knowing that the FBI knew that it was false information, by the second, third, and fourth time they renewed, fourth time, well, the first time they didn't know. Second, third, fourth time they renewed it, they knew. Okay, they didn't give that information to the FISA court. They said, hey, it's good information. They knew it was false. Clinton campaign was treated differently from the Trump campaign, not a big deal. And then the alter document, right? Carter Page is bad guy. He's a Russian agent, you know. That is horrible. So I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on, you should be concerned because the FISA court is used to basically condemn people in the dark. This court literally circumvents our entire legal system. And everybody's just okay with this. Changes need to be made. This is Flash with Flashy Dark Arts reminding you that some shit is scary.